Hello again and welcome to another episode of Serious Expert Painting Analysis, and today we will be analyzing a painting of a young hare made by Albrecht Durer in 1502. So first off, it's obviously a nearly photorealistic painting of a hare. And the painting is just stunning to look at. The detail is incredible. Any part of the painting you pick and you zoom in, only then do you realize, okay, so it's a painting, it's not a photo. The individual hairs, this must have taken ages to paint. The fur is immaculate. And also the anatomy of the rabbit, so the hind legs, also the ears, the anatomy is perfect.
Yeah, I love it. The level of detail is amazing. I really like the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes are interesting. A lot of scholars debate when was this painted, but more like where was it painted. So did Albrecht actually capture a rabbit and paint him in his workshop? Did he try to paint it in the wild, or how was it done? Because of the eye. So in this eye you can see a reflection apparently of a window, and many scholars argue that this is proof that this was painted in his workshop, although many also claim that Albrecht had this specific way or technique that he would put details such as these that would help you think when you look at the painting that yeah, this rabbit is actually alive and this is a painting and this is how he would actually look like if you were to have him in your studio. So it's not actually known where it was painted and where was the rabbit located, but this eye, it tells a story.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean, he even painted the eye duct and, you know, all the little details around the eye. It's just amazing. It looks alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I also like the snout as well as the mustache. It's so detailed and so beautiful to look at. Like all the individual hairs, it's just beautiful. Also, except for these hairs, you can also notice that due to this shadow here, it's probably sunlight on the left side. The sun source is on the left side of the rabbit. But you can also, when you look at the painting, you can also see this glow, this yellowish hue on his fur, so that you can actually think that, it's so alive. It looks so alive. Also notable on this painting is his monogram. Albrecht Dürer always signed his paintings like this. Did you ever think of having your signature like this?
No, it's kind of cool. I like it.
So looking at this painting, I remember when I was young and I wanted to try to draw pictures like this, and of course I failed. But what's interesting is that Albrecht Dürer inspired a lot of other painters and, talented people of that age, and Hans Hofmann is one of them who drawn this painting, and it uses the same style, the same technique, which is watercolor as well as some body colors, and it's also a rabbit, and it also bears the signature of Albrecht Dürer, although it wasn't made by him. It was made by Hans Hofmann, who was also another German painter.
But why did he sign it as AD?
I'm not sure whether it's like an homage or he wanted to do a copy of the painting as good as possible. I'm not sure about this, but his school, and he is known for doing copies of Albrecht Dürer. But this wasn't in a sense like, in a derogatory sense of copying art. It was more like respecting the artist and the original work and then doing something, not hiding that you were inspired by him. So you can see he painted this rabbit in a little bit different angle than Albrecht Dürer did. He also tried to capture this photorealism, but he didn't quite make it, and I think the reason for that is that he didn't take the time that Albrecht Dürer did. So this part here looks to me more like skin than fur.
Yeah, it's not as detailed as the other one.
It reminds me of, turtle skin or maybe a lizard skin, and I think that's the thing. If you take a lot of time and gradually build up on this fur, then you can build up something looking like this, which is just amazing. I can feel the fluffiness of this.
It's so fluffy! I just wanted to say this one actually looks soft.
Yeah. Whereas this one, yeah, of course, it's like it's way better than something I could draw, no matter how hard I tried. But still, it can't measure up to the original. This is just something else. Anything else you want to comment on this beautiful hair, or we're moving to grades?
I just wanted to say that the rabbit kind of looks like he's annoyed or he's not happy to pose. He looks like, you know, like when cats get that expression when you want something from them but they don't want to do it, like the hair in this painting looks a little bit like that.
Yeah, I read also that cats apparently understand what you want, but they just simply don't care.
Yeah, on purpose. I don't know, I just got that idea from looking at it. Like it looks like it's annoyed slightly.
Perhaps. Although the more I look at it, the more I think these ears are huge in comparison to him. Although, yeah, wild hares actually do look like this. Maybe we're not used to them since we always look at domesticated hares or rabbits, which have shorter ears. Yeah, but it's a beautiful painting nonetheless. Okay, so moving on. Aesthetics-wise,
I think it's highly aesthetic. I'd give it a 9.
I would agree with you, a 9 out of 10 for aesthetics. In terms of colors, this painting does not use many colors, but it uses all possible shades of brown, I would say. I think it earns a 4 out of 10 on our color scale.
Okay.
Difficulty to paint, this, for me, it's an easy 10. Although maybe somebody would disagree and say it's a 9, but I think this earns a 10 out of 10 on the difficulty scale.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll give it a 10.
Watchability factor, you know, at first glance it's just a rabbit, although I do think you can actually study this painting and enjoy it, and I think it earns a higher grade than you would expect. So although this motif is really simple, I think it deserves a 7 out of 10 on the watchability scale.
I agree.
Living roomness factor, I think it earns a high grade. I would love to put this in my living room, although it's a small painting, so it wouldn't be able to fit just anywhere. You know, it would be important to put it somewhere where you could see it, but also where it wouldn't, you know, be the only painting on the wall. So I think it earns a 7 out of 10 on the living roomness scale. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely hang it in my living room. I'll give it a 7.
Size-wise, as mentioned previously, it's a very small painting, so it's 20 by 20 something centimeters, so it earns a 1 out of 10. And finally, price-wise, this is an Albrecht Durer painting that's bordering on the 15th, 16th century. I can't find any price estimate on the internet, but of course it's probably worth in the tens or hundreds of millions, and I think it earns a 9 out of 10. So we hope you enjoyed this beautiful painting of a young hare, which isn't actually young, it's a mature hare, made by Albrecht Durer, and we'll see you in the next episode.